Hi everyone, how are you all? Today I've got a really personal chat about my own journey with breast cancer. This is the month of October and I think we need to put it out there and help everyone that's going through this, every family member, sister and friend. So I want to give you some of my chat about it and what I went through myself. So how was it discovered when I found out that I had a lump? And going back, it was 2006. Now, to give you an idea, I was a runner. I'd ran the marathon the year before, and I absolutely was a keep fit fanatic, still am. Do lots of training. My nutrition's high. I've been a vegetarian for that length of time. So I found this lump at the side of my right breast, and I actually thought it was a blocked milk duct, as you do. I thought it was a blocked milk duct because when I was pregnant with my first son many moons ago, I had a blocked milk duct and I felt this lump and it went away after I had my baby. So I thought, fit, strong, Joni, there's nothing wrong with you. So I didn't think, and I didn't feel unwell, and I suppose that's the key for me at the time. I had a lump in my breast, but I felt perfectly well. Non-smoker, not a big drinker. So that's how it was discovered, and I lived with it, to be very honest. And this is the thing that I want to push out today. I'm going to teach you something. I lived with that for a year, and it wasn't until January 2007 that I went to the doctors, because I really believed that nothing could happen to me. I was such a strong woman. Yes, I did. So stupid. So I went to the doctor 2007 in January. Hi Lorraine. And I went to the doctor and I said, I've got this lump on my right breast, probably a blocked milk duct. I've had this before. And the next thing was, the doctor said, well, and she felt it and she said, well, I'm going to really send you to the breast clinic to get it checked out, Joan. And I went, fine, okay. Nothing else was said. I still did not think anything was happening devious to me at all or serious to me. So then that was in January, and February I got the appointment to the breast cancer. So not thinking, I went along on my own to the breast cancer clinic in south side of Glasgow, and went in, got taken and had the check, had the mammogram. I then got a biopsy taken, and it was one of those days, I went on my own and I was sitting there in the waiting area in the breast clinic, and everybody seemed to get taken before me, and I was like there for hours and hours, and I thought, my God, that was before that woman. Why is she going before me? Why is she being let go? And I started to think, oh my God, Joan, is there something happening here? And next thing, the breast cancer nurse came out and took me in where the doctor was sitting, and I thought, that feeling you get of dread in your pit of your stomach. And I sat down. I'm even talking about it, it's making me feel very, talking about it. And I sat down, and this doctor, lovely lady, Iona, her name was, really lovely lady, said to me, we believe you've got breast cancer. And you could have knocked me over. I could not believe it. She said that to me, and she said, so, and you're automatically in a shock system, you're automatically making sure, am I listening to this carefully? She said, we need to get you in and we need to perform a lumpectomy. So it was all said to me, and how do you feel about that? And, how could you feel about it? Healthy woman, and then you're told you've got breast cancer. God, it was, I can't tell you what it felt like. But team out there that have been through this, all those women and men that have had it, they'll understand it. So I said, I can't take time off work. I actually said those words. I can't believe I said that to the doctor. And I said, I can't take time off work. I'm self-employed. I've got 2 sons to look after. I actually said that to the doctor. And she said, well, you have to. You have to. We're getting you in here and we're going to take that out. We're going to perform a lumpectomy and take those bad cells out. So she then agreed to give me 3 weeks to get my life in order and my working life in order to be able to go into hospital. Oh my goodness. So that's what happened, how it was discovered and what the shock was like. Shook me like, God, how did I get it? You know, I kept thinking that after it on the way home. I drove myself home. I was on my own. Drove myself home and I'm thinking, how did I get that? I'm a keep fit nut. My God, I'm the one who's the healthiest of all my pals. I've done a marathon last year. I run every week, 40 miles a week. What is going on? I'm a vegetarian. Mum didn't have it. My mum's aunties, my aunties didn't have it. There was no sign of breast cancer in my family. How did I get it? You know, that was the one thing that kept plaguing me. So how did I cope? How did I cope? I was really fortunate in that I am a positive person. I'm a strong woman, and that really pushed me in my previous years to go to courses for self-development and things. And I went to a course run by Jack Black, and I'd bought his book called Mind Store. I'm just saying this, thank you Jack for that. But I went to this Mind Store seminar and I've got the book, and during it you were taught how to visualise, and I also was a big yoga fan too, so I'd already visualised and I quite knew how to do this. So this was my way. I'm not saying this is your way, I'm just giving you my way, the visualisation technique. So I did this every morning. Then the next morning I woke up early. I made a plan to do this. I woke up early, sat up in my bed, and I absolutely visualised that my body was relaxed and I was going into this shower. And in this shower, this round bit at the top, okay, this came through, this water came through, but also came through, it was these cells, these body cells, like skin cells, coming into the middle of my head, and they all looked like real muscly, super healthy, happy, smiling cells, and they were going through into my body, and I strongly visualized these going through, and they were going like that and karate chopping and getting rid of any bad cells that was in my body. I seriously did that, and I felt them coming through here, coming through my arms, going to my breast, especially the one that had the cancer cells, and fighting it, and then going through the rest of my body, right down to my toes. I did this every day, visualization. If any one of you can do this for anything, I think it's a great talent to be able to visualize. If talent's not the right word, but being able to do it. So visualization, look into that. Please look into that if you can. That was a great tool for me. Friends, so here's the thing. I got my closest friends on the Saturday. I was going into work and I said, you need to come and see me. And this was the Saturday after I'd been told. This was the Saturday before I was going into hospital, right? So this was, I kept it all, told my family, got my friends round. And on the Saturday before I was going in, I said to my friends, I've got something to tell you. And I'll always remember this because I was giving them, as you do, Saturday morning tea and biscuits and some cake, right? And I was going to work at 12 and they'd all arrived about 10 o'clock to the house, giving them their coffee, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I've got something really important to tell you. And one of them immediately blurted out, are you pregnant? And I went, are you bloody joking? Are you pregnant? I thought that was so funny. I started to laugh out loud and they were all looking at me. I went, no, I'm not pregnant. I've actually got some breast cancer and I'm going in on Monday to get a lumpectomy. Well, you should have seen their faces then. Oh my goodness. And I said, if any of you cry, you're going to go out that door. There's nobody crying here. And that was really difficult. My dear pals, and they're all in shock, you know, healthy Joni. I was always the one, honest to God, at the party to bring out something out my handbag, show them, look, is this what your urine looks like? Because if your urine isn't the colour of champagne, or something wrong with you. I was that nag about what they should be taking vitamin wise, everything, supplements, my God, exercise. I was the nag, and here was me, the first of my peers to contract breast cancer. Wow, it was some journey. Anyway, friends, what did I say to them? So I told them that, and there was tears obviously, and then I said, look, I've heard about this stuff about being happy. You know me, I want to laugh all the time, and I need you to be with me on this journey. So I don't want you to send me a get well card. I don't want to hear, oh, how are you? Please don't say that to me. Please don't say that to me. What I want you to say from now on, every time you see me, no matter how I look, I want you to say, God, you look fantastic, John. I wanted them to say that. I drummed it into them, as I do. I'm a bit of a nag. And I said, but please send me every day a funny joke. Text me a funny joke. If you want to do something for me that's going to help me, I really know that the happy hormones, if I can laugh every day now as much as I can, I am going to change the chemicals in my body, and that is going to help me heal. Laughter is the best medicine. You know, I'd read books about it, about different celebrity sports people who'd taken cancer. This was before I got it, and I'd heard about the healing powers of laughter, right? I knew about it. Laughter changes the chemicals in your body. It boosts the immune system. It produces more antibodies to fight disease and infection. Laughter is the best medicine. And I'm just saying this just now. If anybody's got any jokes, please put them down below in the comments. Please tell us a joke. Tell everybody a joke. So that was a nag to the friends, and I said, if you do that, that will really be great. And they all did. They all sent me stuff. I got videos. You know the times when you bought a video and you put it into the video player? Those days before Netflix. I got videos that were sent that were funny, hilarious videos, you know. All the videos that you can do. Send that to anyone that's going through this. So laughter's the best medicine with friends, visualization. One thing that my son did for me, yeah, laughter is good for the soul, Ada, it so is. One thing that my eldest son did for me, you remember iPods? He made me, I got a new iPod, and he then loaded the iPod up with playlists. It sounds funny, but I've always loved music. Yeah, I've always been that kind of girl. So the music's so part of my life that he made me, I think it was like 6 playlists on this iPod, and that was really fantastic for me, because when I did get to hospital, I put that iPod on. If I wanted to just be in my own world, put the earphones and the earbuds in and listen to music, and I used to fall asleep. I remember it distinctly to this day. I fell asleep listening to music, happy, good music on that iPod. It was great. So music to my ears. So I went in for the op, and back to the doctors after it, and you know what I'm going to say? It wasn't enough. One op wasn't enough. The lump got taken out, but there was some still dubious cells in the periphery of the skin tissue and the breast tissue, so I had to go in again. So this was the next month, so it was like one op the next month after. So back into hospital. I thought, just my bloody luck, just my bloody luck. Back in, and I got the second lumpectomy, right? I kept working, I have to tell you, kept working. Be a bit less hours than the usual number, but I did go into work, which was great because it just got me out of myself, and talking to people, which is always wonderful to do to get through life. Anyway, talk to everybody and see what they're going through. Anyway, second lumpectomy, and unfortunately there was still some cells left after the second lumpectomy, and I suppose this was the hardest one when I went for my checkup after it, and the doctor told me, well, Joan, this is it, it's now the mastectomy, and do you want a reconstruction? Well, of course I wanted a reconstruction. For me, that was absolutely, yeah, I wanted that, you know, and that was it. So I had to go in the third month, so it was one a month, and then the third one was the big one, the big op. I'm trying to remember how many hours you're in for. Is it 5, something like that, for your mastectomy and reconstruction? I had a wonderful surgeon, John Scott, great man in the Royal Infirmary, Canningsburn unit. It was just amazing, and that was it. So the morning after the op, or after the op, I remember waking up, and the nurses came over with something for me to drink, and I was so thankful. Thankful's a word. Thankful's a word that I looked down and I saw this breast still there, albeit an implant. And you know something, the funny thing is, I'm going to be in this nursing home later on, and there's going to be this bunch of women, and maybe men, if I'm lucky, and they're saying, what is it with her breast? Do you see that breast sticking up? Oh, how does she manage that? So, that's just another wee thought there. I'm going to tell you, implants in this case, just got to say. How am I today? So how am I today? Well, I'm fantastic. I'm really well. I'm really well. Thank God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's really that big word, thank you. I've learned to say that word so much more now from 2007. I say it every day. In fact, the girls in the office here, I think Jen's heard me shout it out the door when I shout, thank you, to the universe. If anything, you know, anything good happens, and listen, it doesn't need to be anything good. You'll see me walking my dog in the morning, my wee dog Snow, in the morning round this area, and you know, I'm sure people say, did she say thank you? Because I'm walking along the road saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the dog's used to it, obviously, you know, he doesn't bat an eyelid, bat an eyelash now. So I'm really well. The gratitude thing has been immense for me. I got a gratitude journal that was bought for me by someone very close. I wrote in that as well. That was a great thing to do. A great thing to do. You know, you think, what am I thankful for? And the first time you write it down, you might write down, I don't know, oh, I've got great children, I've got a loving partner, I've got a great wee dog, and then you go on, and then I found that every day I wrote in that journal, I was writing screeds. So we've got everything to be thankful for. You just don't realise it till it's hitting you in the face, so to speak. So remember, if you're not watching this live today, I want to give you all a hug. Anybody that's going through anything like that, big hug for all of you. If you have anybody that's going through it, send positive thoughts, send them a funny joke, send them the latest Kevin Bridges CD, yeah, do that. Send them funny jokes every single day that they're going through illness like that. And I am one of the lucky ones, and I'm very thankful for that. And that's all I want to say. Okay, please put a funny joke in below. Put a joke in below and let everybody have a laugh, and keep well and safe. And I love you all.